So 4 barrels, this is a 2 barrel, so this one's actually off an iron nuke in the back, fully built, we haven't fired it yet. So 2 barrel, it's got 2 holes in the bottom, so 2 throats. I'm going to show you a carb adjustment on this. Just remember, when you do a carb adjustment on this, you have 2 screws for idle. So you have to play, you get one set, go to the other, set the other, come back and check this one. It's going to be a double stage to get it set right. But I'm going to go into this carburetor before Scott kicks me off to the next one again. I've got 2 carburetors here, off cores in the back, look virtually the same, but there are some subtle differences. So I'm going to start with the real basic setup on the carburetor. But before I do that, I'm going to mention with the ethanol. We talked about the ethanol fuel. Have I talked to you about what the ethanol does? The rubber and plastic? Yeah. It's terrible. So when it separates out, that's when the ethanol becomes dangerous. And I say dangerous, that's when it's damaging. And if you've got a snowblower with a rubber hose and a plastic tank, or a fiberglass or plastic tank in your boat, when it separates out, and the ethanol separates out, that's when it attacks plastics and rubbers. And the small engines are having a terrible time with diaphragms in their little carburetors and that. That's why the phase guards and that are so important. But when we get into this, basic carburetor adjustments, and I'm going to show you these 2 because there's a subtle difference between them, and I want to explain that to you. So if I was going to set up my carburetor for initial and idle, your throttle will be closed, so this will be closed, okay? And then there's an adjustment screw at the back, and I don't care if it's a lawnmower, a car, a boat, anything. This is a downdraft carb, so the air and the fuel will go down. You'll see this is below the butterflies. This adjustment, the air hole, and you can see it on this one, there's a little tiny hole below that butterfly in there. That is where at idle, that's where you're going to suck your fuel, and you'll get a little bit of air go passing through here. That's what your car or your boat is running on, those 2 little holes at idle, okay, for fuel. Once you crack the throttle and the plate's open on here, then the viscosity or the speed of the air going by the venturi is that what pulls the fuel into the carburetor's accelerator. So on this case, because this is an updraft carburetor, this is the closest to the top. This is your idle screw. So what I would do to start if my boat wasn't running very well, or if I didn't know where this was at, I would take this in, and I can spin this one by hand, but you can use a screwdriver if you need to. I bring it in until I seat it just lightly. You don't need to crank it right down. And then I would back it back 1.5 turns, okay? So I'd bring that out, and that's a good starting point, but it's just a starting point. And this is where I need you to go slow motion. So I would try to start the boat, and it fires up and it's running. Now I've got it idling away, preferably warmed up if you can, like if you're doing a fine tune on your boat after you've had it running. You're running, move this just a little bit, 1/8 of an inch, just a little bit, and take a second, let the engine react. If you turn it too fast, it can't react quick enough. So go nice and... Pardon me? I would start opening, but it could be the other way as well. 1.5 turns is just a starting point. On a lawnmower, it might only be 1 turn. Like small engines, maybe 1 turn. On these, I'd start at 1.5 turns. If you get into these, and we won't get into it, but they actually work the opposite. Most of these on a 350 Chev in a boat, they're 3 turns out. But again, once you know that, you can turn it out 2.5 and work your way out. In this, I go about 1.5 turns, but then go nice and slow. Little bit, wait and see what the engine's doing, and what you optimally want to do is make it run as fast as possible off this. So keep turning it and listening, and you'll hear it, and fast, fast, fast. If it's going so fast that you think that it's going to clunk or be too fast to go into gear, then you've got your throttle stop. We'll back your throttle up, close this plate even farther, and try to bring the idle down. If you get it to idle down at your 650 to 750, depending on your engine and RPM, and it sounds really good, I would still go back to this and just a little bit and wait, and a little bit in or out, try it each way. And again, what you're trying to do is optimally get it so that it's running as fast as it wants to off this. And like I said, if it's too fast to shift, we're going to bring this back down again. what it'll do is it closes this plate.
So am I choking it off? Is that what it is?
You're either choking it off or allowing more fuel depending on whether you go in or out. So in, you're actually reducing the fuel. By going out on this particular carburetor, you're allowing more fuel to get in through that little hole. So now I've got it running at idle as fast as it'll go off this, and my idle's set where I want it. Now I want to do the other end, the fast end. So there's two differences in these carburetors. This one has a great, beautiful adjustment here. This one doesn't. So here's your issue. Let's hope this is the original carburetor for your engine. It's got a fixed high-speed adjustment. You can't, or jet. You can't adjust it. It's fixed. So when it's wide open, you got what you got. You can't change it. Well, you can change it, but you got to take the carburetor apart and change the size of the hole inside by changing the brass jet inside. If you have an adjustment like this one does, I'm going to do the same thing I did at idle, but I'm going to do it at 2,000 RPM maybe. And I'll do it in neutral at the dock, and I will adjust this until it's same thing. I'm holding it at 2,000, and you'll hear the motor smooth out, or you'll hear it start to get a little rough and whatever, and adjust that until it sounds as smooth and it kind of audibly is smooth and fast. Then I would take it out for a boat ride, and if you're fortunate enough to have somebody with you, they can maybe drive the boat with the prop and everything going, and you could lay down and reach in there and final adjust that. But if you do that, it'll give you a good indication. But again, we're limited in time, and I can only kind of just graze the surface on everything, but hopefully you guys are seeing something that will help you out anyways. And we're here. A lot of you guys, I've got some business cards out on the floor there, but you're welcome to give me an email. We'll help out whenever we're
New crew coming, Jeff.